I'm right now joined by Jeff Jenkins of the new show, Never Say Never. It's on National Geographic and, of course, streaming. Thanks for joining me.
I'm glad to be here today.
Well, thank you. And I kind of want to just start with your story because obviously now you have this new show, but tell people exactly about yourself and how this new show came about.
I'm a boy from Florida that moved out to Austin 11 years ago. I was a high school choir teacher for 9 years, decided to leave that and figure out what I wanted to do. And after exploration, trying some other like adventures, like I ended up saying that I wanted to travel the world, help people and get paid to do it. And that took me on that journey of becoming a content creator where I grew my social media followings to what it is now. But it was all in travel and wanting to help chubby people travel the world. And about 2 years ago, National Geographic reached out and was like, "Hey, we want to make a show around you." And I became a travel TV host.
You went on this mountain rope bridge, which is something I definitely wouldn't do. You went paddling down a rocky stream. I would maybe try it on a floating village in Vietnam, and then you've been to many other unique places. So, how would you say all of these travels have changed you?
It empowered me more than anything. I feel that I learned a great deal, and to be able to put yourself in a situation where you're going through experience after experience, like it gives you this mental toughness, not even just a physical one, and it just made me realize how resilient I really truly was.
I want to read one of the reviews of your show, which I think really sums up just the power of television and the power of you being you. So someone had wrote, as a chubby black woman working through my fears of becoming more active and adventurous, this show was a beautiful surprise. I literally teared up watching episode 2. So proud of Jeff for fully committing. How does that make you feel?
It brings a sense of pride. It also brings a sense of accomplishment because I promise you, the whole time I was doing the show, every time I went through any challenge, I kept saying, "This is not about me. This is bigger than me. I'm doing this for somebody else to be inspired and motivated." So, for me to be able to do it the way that I am and to get the response that I'm getting, it is truly amazing. And now people are seeing it on a grander scale. And I'm so proud of just all the work that me and my team have done. And I would not have done this all if it wasn't for my team and the people at Nat Geo.
One thing I really love about your mantra is life begins when you step outside of your comfort zone. You've obviously done that, and in doing that, you've had the opportunity to meet so many people across the globe. So, why exactly is it important to go out there and explore the world and meet new people and have those experiences?
I mean, I think well, one is fun, and it is. The other is just like it opens your mind, it changes your perspectives. What you thought one day is not the same way you'll think after going on some of these trips. But I promise you, I think for me, I'm a person who loves meeting people. I like exploring, I like learning, and so to be able to do that and not be limited to just the city or the state that I'm from, and being able to go like have lunch in Tokyo, have dinner in Paris, meet cool people in New Zealand, like all of these different things, like is what has made me want to travel and travel more and more. That these are the things that I love doing.
And I know it sounds cliche, but we really are all more connected than we think because we all tend to stay in our specific areas with our same people. But this is really global. I mean, we're all connected.
Yeah.
So, how have you realized that in being a world traveler?
It was the first trip I took. Like it was me getting to Japan. I promise you, I think I had just left out of the airport when it all hit me that I was like, yo, like this only took me 11 and a half hours to get to. I was like, the world is a lot smaller and bigger than I ever thought. And it was in that moment that I realized, like, man, there's more than just Orlando out here. And that like really just did something to my brain then. And I mean, airplanes and travel has become so like has made us being able to connect with each other a lot easier to do. And so, man, I tell people, man, go explore, go enjoy yourself.
For sure. And for those of us that are watching right now, I'm sure a lot of us are maybe inspired, you know what, to quit our job and go traveling. But I know for a lot of us, we're not exactly in the right place to do it yet. But starting small is obviously the best way to go about doing it. So for those of us that are showless and can only take like 2 weeks of PTO each year, how can we do it?
But yeah, man, pick a destination. I always tell people if you want to even save some of the bucks, look into travel hacking with credit cards or letting the destination determine or let them the discount determine your destination. So you can get on like Google Flights and find out when is like the cheaper time to go to a destination, or there might be different sites like Scott Cheap Flights where you can go to and they'll show you all of these like amazing like travel deals, but it might be in November, the second week of November, and that's when you take off then. Like, so I always tell people to do that. But then also like just the committing part, the committing to just taking those trips is the one thing, or committing to budgeting, because a lot of times people don't even realize like our daily spending or the lifestyle that we have. Like if we were to not buy this pair of shoes, or if we were not to go out to eat a whole bunch, then you'll find out like, man, that could be my plane ticket. That could be my ticket or my uh admission to whatever theme park is that's in Paris or somewhere, or the hotel. So I've learned ways to like save by just budgeting back at home and limiting my spending back at home.
I really like that thought process too, because it's always great to be frugal, especially when you're spending on experiences, which are just, you really can't put a price on an experience for sure. So, what would you say are some of the most memorable things that you've gotten to do, whether it was just the travel, just getting there, or being there?
You know, man, that's tough to put it in the words because it's so many cool experiences I've had. You know, I went to Italy, and me and my wife went, and this was like a year after we were married, and that was such a great time. Like I love Europe, but it's to be able to go to like multiple places in Europe where like in Rome where like the Colosseum is over 2,000 years old, like to be able to see history like in person is just out of this world, and the food in Italy is just outstanding. So it's just it's really cool to be able to connect with history, and then just also, I mean, there's times that I went to Belize, and I'll just say this real quick story, but it was the first time I ever traveled by myself. Like I didn't meet anybody there, I didn't know anybody there, and I went to a destination, a country on my own. And when I got there, I met a group of people that I'm still friends with till this day, 5 years later. And so it's special moments like that that you can have that show you like, you know what? I can have a good time by myself, and I can continue to meet new people by just traveling. And I would never have done that if I didn't step outside of my comfort zone.
And that's a testament to the power of travel, those connections that really stay with you. And one thing I like about your show is that on top of doing the travel, you also mix it with a lot of humor for the viewers back at home, because we're not in any of these situations, so we can really laugh because it's not real to us just yet. So, for people that want to see all of these experiences, where can they find your show? Because I know it's on Nat Geo and streaming.
Yeah, so every Sunday, it's premiering. Each episode is premiering on Nat Geo TV at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, and you can also go to Nat Geo or go to Disney Plus and Hulu, and you can stream the entire season on there.
You definitely got to do it, folks. It's really worth it. It definitely is. Well, Jeff, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jaden. This is definitely awesome.